So we started. So like basically last session, you guys had passed the, defeated the bridge guard, or I guess ramp guard in this case. There wasn't. They didn't really have anything on them necessarily, other than like like basic clothes and whatnot. Um, and you've now kind of begin to move on to the mud flats essentially. Your general like place you're heading to would be Vetberg, but on the way there was interest in heading to the old Vetberg Castle, which is way closer and kind of on this plateau of sorts. Let me just make sure we're on the right battle map, right map. I believe we are. Okay. So you guys would be around here. So you've now just passed the bridge. So what are your general goals? Are you planning to still go to Vetberg, or due to a possible troll activity, are you going to decide not on that, or to wait it out or something?
Um, Victorian goes with the flow. I was gonna say something. I was thinking about not be in character for Victorian to make a decision here.
I think because we need to get to the docks. We kind of need to get everywhere. I think about it. All right, people. I say we put it up to a vote. What does everyone want to do?
I need a refresher, Ian. I normally wanted to go specifically to the castle, correct?
You want to get to Vetberg. You've been in the castle already.
But wasn't I
Albeit
casted
you
in there
haven't been.
before
There's a
I...
cave underneath the castle, but you haven't gone in there. You don't know how big it is.
I'm trying to find our DMs.
Uh,
There they are.
hmm?
I was trying to find our DMs, and then I said, there they
Oh, yeah.
are.
Yeah, you wanted to get to Vetberg, which you've been to Vetberg previously, yeah, and you've been moved from there to the castle, but intended to go back there. Basically, it's possible you could find what you need in the castle, but like you aren't sure. The castle may have been like a misthrow in your direction in terms of your goals, but
Okay.
you aren't fully sure. There was interest in going to the castle due to the your ally of sorts.
Right. Zalamu wants to find their herbalist.
Yeah.
Um, yes, I'd still like to go to the castle if it's all the same.
All right, that's 2 votes for the castle. Victoria,
Victorian
what
just kind of nods.
All right, that's 3. All right, we march forward to the castle.
Okay.
I mean,
So
what could go possibly wrong?
you guys start to head towards it. And which way? Do you like head this way or this way to it?
I'd
Do
say
you go south or do you go?
just.
Okay. Okay. So I
I'm,
roll a d20.
Everyone or just one person?
One person can.
Okay.
Okay. So you start to head that way, and you're not. It's not great. It becomes pretty clear that this whole the mud island of this whole area you're on is rather difficult to kind of move around on. It's like each kind of movement is you're like sticking your boots in the ground a bit, and it's just kind of not great. It's kind of becomes kind of clear why. Well, it's not exactly clear what the history of this general area is. Obviously, it's a kind of strange circumstance that like this city is like connected to this, which seems like a kind of wasteless piece of land connected to another wasteless, useless piece of land. But either way, it is rather difficult to get through. Due but that's not just it. You also seem to find a couple corpses as you kind of traverse the area that look to have been mixed adventurers, probably killed by trolls or maybe something else. But like one of them has a head missing, and the other two look like they were ripped in half.
That is certainly not ideal.
You eventually, after longer than you would like to have, you get to. I'm kind of moving the tokens out of place so I can kind of focus on just one token I'm using for your group, which is a lot smaller.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
we can see
okay, my
details. Yeah. You kind of finally get to a good position to kind of get onto this platform. It's comparative to the. It's like a slight cliff. It's like good like. It seems to be grassy, but the actual like cliff side of it is a good like mixed level area. Most of it looks like there's parts that are like 10 feet tall, and other parts that are almost like 30 feet up, and it kind of mixes a bit, and most of it is sheer cliffs. So do you attempt to climb part of it, or how do you tend to get up it? Additionally, you could split the party and have some people go to Vetberg Castle and other people move on. As in that context, it would mean the people that aren't here would be, not leave Vetberg Castle and would, either meet you on the other side or survey the area or something.
Hmm.
Any luck with the climb?
I'm not the strongest fellow, but I think I could climb it. It's not too tall.
I mean, one of us could go around and see if there's an easier path.
I think we're forgetting the really funny fact that Victorian can fly.
Does anyone in the group have rope?
I think I do.
Yeah.
Wait, could I send my bird out to check for surrounding areas?
Yes,
Once
you
again, what is stopping me from flying upward?
can. You
out
can
of
just fly
curiosity?
up. The rest of the
I
group
can?
would be going alone, I guess.
That's so fair, actually.
You leaving your like Drake maybe, unless your Drake can climb, which I think it probably can.
That's a
Does it have a
great
climbing
question.
speed? I don't actually.
That's a
I don't
great
remember.
question. I know this past level, I got a climbing speed equal to my walking speed, but I don't think that applied to the Drake.
Climbing is typically the same as swimming. It's half your movement speed. And
it?
then yeah, and then
I
it's.
thought climbing wasn't okay.
I mean, everything can climb. It just depends on the strength check you make.
Oh yeah. So if you have a climbing speed, it's like normal. There we go. That makes it. Okay.
I love being a ranger.
Okay.
I've actually got rope.
So do you
Oh,
climb
you
up?
do have rope.
I do
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, you're so right. Adventuring crafts came with rope. Would it be easier for me to take the rope up there and then... Well, I don't think I have the strength to hold on to it, though.
But as long as you can tie it somewhere, we'll be fine.
Okay. New plan. I shall take rope up there, tie it to something, and then that should, in theory, help them climb up. I'm waiting for the DM approval.
Just getting pizza.
Well,
Can you restate that?
So if I fly up there with rope and tie it to something, would that be able to help them climb up?
I mean, depending on, are you going like a if it's only like 10 to 15 cliffside, you probably could, yeah.
Okay.
That being said, it wouldn't have posed too much difficulty. Albeit for the
Okay.
larger cliffs that have people. Yeah, I'd say that I wouldn't have him do like an athletics check or anything.
Oh, okay. I attempt to fly up there and find something to tie the rope to.
You find like an old like oval-shaped boulder like standing up on one end.
Okay.
I mean, maybe like
Um.
about like 5 feet or so from the cliffside.
Okay. Is there a specific check I'd make to tie the rope to it?
How
Not really, I wouldn't
about do a
imagine.
survival check?
So one more time?
Do a survival check. Let's see how decent your rope tying skills are.
Okay. Oh, that's not great. It was a 10.
Okay, well, you got some knots down. You aren't like. You think you'll be okay. If too much weight is pushed, maybe it might loosen up a little bit, and that could be bad. But you're not. You also know that it's not that long of a time for each climber. So if everyone climbs at once, it probably might be bad. But if they do one by one, it probably won't be. But you aren't like fully sure. But you're not like. You have a mixed level of confidence.
Okay. Fingers crossed.
Alright, well.
Okay, I'll throw the rope downward.
Now, what type of knot did you use? Did you use like a sailor's knot or like, you know, a mountain climber's knot? Which one did you make?
That's
I'm
a
gonna go
really
with
good
granny
question.
knot.
A granny knot.
Yeah, there's a what is it? A granny knot is like the incorrect way to do a different knot that I learned in Boy Scouts. It's like there's like a knot you're supposed to know, everyone knows, and then there's
Maybe
like
like
two
an...
other ones.
I'm gonna say an arborist knot.
Okay, but it's not a monkey's fist, is it?
That's what those are called?
Well, I'm asking you, you know, I can't see up there. Whatever, I believe you
square knot.
did well.
No, I was thinking granny knot or square knot. That would be it.
I don't know too much about knots. I just pulled up a list of them.
I haven't thought about knots since like the 9th grade. Actually, maybe yeah, probably. That's when I stopped doing Boy Scouts.
I was gonna self-report. I'm no longer going to self-report.
Don't self-report, please.
Oh.
What?
Nothing. We're moving on.
Alright, well. Seems stable enough.
Okay, so you guys managed to all successfully get up the Mile Cliff side. It's not like too bad, but you managed to get up it. The ground's a little not too rough, and it feels it's a nice change from the muddy texture. It's like more like mixed grass and whatnot. There's a couple pine trees here and there and some boulders, but it's a relatively, you know, not a deeply like forested space. On one of the other like plateaus, there seems to be a bit more forest, but not too much more. The area is rather windy, and you know it's becoming kind of clear to you that yeah, no, winter is approaching rapidly. This is the end of fall. You might see snow soon in the next couple days. Who knows what? But yeah, it's getting kind of cold. Additionally, you see the large, you know, the castle is not far from you. And there seems to have... It sounded like there was a battle there earlier, but you're not really sure. Do a perception check.
Um,
17.
Oh. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a natural 20 for a 30.
17.
Okay, with a 17 or 30, you get actually no, it's two 17s. Okay, with 17s, you're able to tell that yeah, you're pretty sure you saw a troll like climb out on the wall and look around, but then fall off. It's unclear if combat is still happening there, but it's likely the trolls might have won. It's hard to tell how many trolls there are. With a 30, you guesstimate based off like you think there's probably like at least 2 trolls. It's hard to tell definite, but what you can tell is one, there appears to be like a moat. The castle still has a moat somehow. The castle is in pretty bad state. It looks very ruined. And whatever happened there, like obviously it's probably been ruined for a very long time, obviously. But likely a lot of skirmishes have likely occurred there rather recently, and it probably you can even smell like the blood and remains of people who are currently there.
Oh goodness. I will communicate this to the rest of the party.
Does any of that sound familiar?
I don't believe you ever entered the Vetberg Castle.
Okay, not the castle.
You would have seen it though, and you would know that it was like, you know, a old ruined castle, like with that a lot of the walls had fallen down and all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
The new with you is looking kind of unnerved and kind of feeling bad, like, ah,
I think Nonula still wants
maybe
to say
this is a
something.
bad idea. There's supposed to be a cave in there, and our interest there was seeing if the waterways in the cave could lead back to our place, but I don't know if we were sure on that, and maybe they escaped via the waterways. The cave wasn't that big from my understanding. It's... If we're gonna have to fight a bunch of trolls, I don't know if it's worth it, but... He looks a
Do
little
we want
grumpy and
this
not
thing
great.
to stay here just in case? I don't want it getting hurt.
I will be fine at all one night. Nonula, then you want to say
Wait,
something?
you're gonna go in there? Just for what?
I help you, little fella.
I also
Really?
have my own goals in there, yes. It'd probably be best if we just attempted to be sneaky at the moment, kept ourselves low, pitched to the walls, keeping eyes and ears out.
Well,
If we just go in stealthily and at least survey the scene and see what's happening, see if there's living people, if there's not so living people, if there's your people, if they defeated trolls,
if my
Let's-
people are there, they're probably in the cave, but you know.
then we'll check the cave out first. We can make that our first place to go.
I don't think you have to get into the castle first. It's in one of the the cave is accessible via a collapsed portion of the castle, but you have to get past the moat into the complex first.
Right. I've been
Doesn't
here
seem that
before.
hard.
I think we can do it if we're sneaky. And truthfully, we don't know what's in there yet. So there could be, at the moment, nothing. It's not likely, but there is a possibility. And if I do recall, Victorion's spell is still in effect, so we do have an added advantage to attempting to be stealthy.
It's been longer than 10 minutes, but I can recast it.
It's an hour.
Is it? It does last an hour! Sorry.
Unless it's been longer than an hour, then that changes things. But I don't feel like it's been a whole hour. But that's my purview. I don't know the amount of time that passed since the bridge.
I think we've been walking at most for half an hour plus the climbing. I think we'll be
That
alright.
and Fairy Fire was a concentration spell, so it would have broken concentration on Pass Without Trace.
Okay. I stand corrected.
But I do have another second level spell slot.
Well, I still need to get some rest in, so I think once we survey ourselves the cave a little bit, then we could take a quick rest and everyone can calm down a bit, regenerate. How does that sound for everyone?
That's not a bad decision.
That's fine by me. I don't particularly need the rest at the moment. But if you do, that's fine.
Alright, it would be much appreciated because I'm still hurting a bit.
Maybe I'll find a spell book that would let me learn some healing spells. That'd be useful. for situations like this. I don't currently have any healing at my disposal, sadly. I was not lucky enough to pick up any healing abilities.
It's fine. I think I'll be using a shield from now on. It should help me out just a little bit. And you don't need to worry about healing big old me. Now flex my arms a little bit.
I see.
I did, I did pick up a shield back in the
The
fire
new cave, yeah.
Yeah, I will manually put that on your character real quick, so in
Mhm.
case so that it will like auto-generate the additional AC.
Yeah.
Well, actually, wait, what's your AC normally?
My AC normally is 14 right now.
Okay.
That is low.
That'll make your AC 16.
Yeah. Wait,
My AC is awful. I have a 15 AC. I'm 90% sure that Issa has a higher AC than me, and I find that hilarious.
How's your AC 14? You're a barbarian, right?
15.
No, Abaddon.
Abaddon. Wait, Abaddon's is only 14?
yeah, my constitution is a +3 bonus, and
And then your dex is a +1, I presume?
my dex is, yeah.
Goodness.
Huh.
Okay.
Barbarians are very multi-ability sort of dependent, though.
Just for reference, Nornless has 13, so you're almost as squishy as a wizard.
Well, I've got 69 HP, so I can tank it.
You right.
You did take damage during the last combat.
I did 26 points of damage.
This is a lot.
Oof.
See that? Yeah. I think with the next upgrade, I level up, I'll just go +1 into Dex, because then I'll have +2 for Dex. Sorry.
So, from what direction are you approaching the castle?
I assume we went up right around here or somewhere here, so
Give me a cardinal direction.
Could we say we took a perception check as the castle was within view, correct?
Yes.
Since Victorion rolled stellarly, could they have potentially perceived a ulterior means of accessing the castle that was not the standard means of accessing the castle? It's perfectly fine
That's
if
very
not,
good.
but I figured for like a natural 20 and a total of 30 roll right within the castle's view, that might have been something they gleaned.
I'd say it would be hard to tell, but it seems to be that, like, given the nature of the castle, there's a decent chance that there are multiple entrances to it via the fact that it's so ruined. It does seem to be that the moat covers, like, the whole, like, goes around the whole place. And in terms of, like, other entrances to it via the underground, it would probably have to have been that, like, possible waterway that the note was mentioning, which you don't have any context for.
I was more so asking, like, for Victorian, of course, if they noticed, like, oh, since the castle crumbled a bit, a supporting pillar fell over and is actually providing a minor bridge across the moat through on the left side of the castle or the back side of the castle,
Yeah.
something like that.
Based on the angle you guys would have been, you wouldn't have seen anything like that, but also you wouldn't have noticed anything like that. It looks to be maybe towards the back and side there might have been. There was some area, one area you saw that had some trees kind of built pretty close to the castle, so maybe those are where the wall fell at one point, but there's also another part towards the back that you think might have fallen, but it's would have been hard to tell based on the angle you would have been at. That being said, the front area has a good bit of wall fallen in it, at least towards the very entrance, which gives the idea that perhaps normally it wouldn't have been wide enough for a troll to easily get through, but at this point the trolls walk through the entrance, which has been widened by a bit because of the fact that, like, a lot of entry walls have been kind of mashed to pieces, or just through erosion or other means.
Got it. So,
Could I send out my bird to scout around, see if there's anything you'll note?
Okay, you can, but what if your bird finds something? How would you know?
He'd probably tell me in a mixture of excited cocks and probably try to imitate some human voices. Crows are very smart.
Okay. As in,
Alright.
you don't have like a signal of okay, if it's two people, squawk twice or anything like that.
No, I'd probably just say people or many people or something along those lines.
Just
I mean,
for
it
reference,
wouldn't say that,
crows
but-
can talk.
Yeah,
Just to toss that one out there, crows are actually stupidly smart.
yeah, that's
It was
fine.
either this is a video I've seen online. It was either a crow or a raven that someone that had escaped into the wild or something, but did learn how to speak. And some guy just like, oh, good boy, and it sounds fucking terrifying.
Yep, I think I've
Yo,
seen the video
crows
you're talking
are-
about.
Also, you could also just give it a pen or something when it gets back to like write or like draw, or like a stick to draw in like the sand.
That would be a bit. I mean,
He'd probably just try to whack me with it, so I'd prefer not to. Alright, Mort. Don't leave me hanging. I have friends to impress. And I throw the fucker up and let him fly. Wait, why is that advantage?
okay.
Well, it's next.
Um,
What?
you must have left our advantage, I think.
So, yeah, I think last roll, yeah, no. Well, it's 19 on both, so.
Okay, so it goes back, and it seems to be excited, and squawk a couple times, and then like, you get the idea that yes, there are things there, possibly trolls, possibly people. You're not exactly sure. It squawks a lot, so perhaps either like, you're not sure if that means there's a lot of people, or if there's a lot of dead, or a lot of you're not really sure.
Alright, I'm getting kind of mixed signals from this little fucker. Who of you is speak with animals?
I'm afraid I don't have
Let me
that
check.
ability.
I should. I don't.
Alright, don't worry, I'll learn to speak with you, little fella. And I pet his head a little bit and put him back on my shoulder. Alright, I say we keep a close eye around the surroundings, because it's either means there's fuck all people here, or there's a lot of people here. So, we take it slow, we take it easy. You stay quiet, you little fucker. I know you like to stir up trouble when there's people around when we're sneaky. I point at my little bird.
The fire newt kind of raises his hand. You sure you guys don't want me to go?
Oh no, you're sticking with us.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
We didn't say we were leaving you behind.
Oh, okay, I thought you were hinting at it.
No, no.
Okay. Final thing, what direction are you like? Are you going to go via its close to its entrance, or move via a side way to kind of get close? As in, it looks like the entrance is the main way to get over the like. As in, you could probably swim or jump the like moat at some point. But if you don't want to do that and want to walk across, you'd have to get via the bridge. Additionally, the moat is like hard to say, like maybe like 7 to 8 feet wide for the most part. I'm asking this mainly so when I can pull you to the map, I know what side to put you on.
I think in times like these, avoiding the main entrance would be ideal, so it wouldn't hurt to get a look around the castle and see if there's any ulterior means of entrance.
As you would have gotten close, it would have been, you kind of would have gotten the greater idea that there seems to be like some heavy breaks in the walls towards the back. Something towards the side, but it wouldn't be a clear area. It would be kind of mixed. And then the main thing is, the entryway is a bit more open than, it probably would have been historically.
Does it seem like we can access it through the back?
I mean, you still have to maybe get past the perhaps, yes. Now, how much noise you'll make getting past the moat is varied, but with that in mind, I'm gonna move y'all to the map. Unless you aren't doing that.
It was just a suggestion on my part. The other 2 or 4 have to
Can you
make their.
see anything, or do I need to move you guys on?
Can't see anything now.
Okay, I will move you guys on. Did you guys decide if you were leaving some of the people who aren't playing somewhere else, or what?
I don't know how long this expedition will last. It will probably last more than a full session, I imagine. So probably not leaving them behind, because then we'd have to figure out how to incorporate them later.
Nah, we're just taking them along.
This may not be, maybe more shorter than you'd think. We'll see. Okay, there you go. There's your positions. So you've managed to get kind of close. Do a stealth check if you guys are stealthing up to this area.
Got it.
I'd say we'd be pretty stealthy. Alright.
Ooh,
15.
15. Okay, 15, 16, and 23. You're not doing, like, yeah, you're doing generally pretty good. You feel relatively stealthy. I'll just say that Ace and Mortar do well. They're a little bit farther back, I'd say. Say that they're not necessarily up with the main group here. Put them over here, just knowing they're like maybe 15 to 20 feet behind you. Maybe looking around there and then guarding the back. Okay. You hear, let me see, that's some good.
Hello?
No, I was just looking for okay, yeah, here's some bird noises. It's what time of day is it actually, when I think about it? It would have been, it's probably like 3 to 4 now that I think about it. Maybe like 3 p.m. There's some trees closer to this, you know, the castle, over, as in this case over here, but generally the platform, the general plateau you're on doesn't have too many trees. The water of the is kind of like nasty. It looks like, you know, it's not too bad. It looks like perhaps like over time the water here is kind of formed into its own like natural system of sorts. There's like all sorts of insects in it to some degree, but well, actually not. It looks like there could have been. It's getting close to fall. There's not too much in there. Or at least it's hard to tell. It's not springtime. Maybe it's more aerogenetic in springtime. But you know, it's not like the prettiest of water, and it does look kind of gross.
Alright, that looks kind of fucking disgusting.
Additionally, the place smells pretty bad. Like the water's not the smelling, but you can definitely tell the fact that there's likely a lot of corpses in this structure. You additionally hear trolls moving about. It sounds like there's around 2 remaining, and towards like you would have seen towards the front, like briefly one that looked like it was dead or something. Yeah. There also seems to be a third thing, but you're not quite sure is a troll. It sounds like it's kind of moving a little bit faster, and it feels like a lighter body. But it's hard to tell on that end. And additionally, one of the possible trolls in here or like one of the things in here you're not that you think is a troll, at least it's based on the like sound of its movements in terms of like how heavy it moves as it steps. Sounds like it's making weird noises. Like when it moves, it sounds like it's like squeezing or something. It's hard to explain.
Can I make a nature check to see if I can determine what kind of potential like animal or creature it is?
The troll or the other thing, or as in
The other thing.
Okay, yeah. I'd say it would have made like a
15.
based on size and eventually as you're kind of hearing it, you hear like it's almost a squawk noise. You think that this thing is likely some kind of avian, maybe a large avian, meaning it most likely is an axbeak, also known as a terror bird.
Oh. That's scary.
Something that trolls occasionally will tame. Some trolls will tame basilisks, and others might tame these things, and some may tame like dire wolves. It varies. Albeit the axbeaks are probably one of the lesser dangerous things trolls will sometimes tame.
I will communicate this to the rest of the party.
Right, so first things first, let's cross the moat. You said it's only like 8 feet long, wide.
Yeah.
If you take a 10 feet starting movement, you can jump your strength score. Which, if it's a minimum of 10, we can all clear this. How loudly we do it would be dependent on our potentially a second stealth check, but at the moment it is clearable if we have a 10-foot running start.
I'll go in with that. I take 10 feet back and I start running like a maniac.
Stealthily.
I've already got clothes on, mate. You don't need to worry about me.
Victorian will fly over and then then kind of coax Issa to try and jump over.
Okay, have Issa do an athletics check, unless that's not what I would need to do.
No, if they don't have a strength score of less than 10, they can just do it if they take a 10 feet lead.
I think they
her
have a
strength
strength
score is 16, and then her speed is
so they
40
can just
feet.
do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
Okay.
they would jump and make it over here.
Okay, cool, yeah. Then trying to just kind of fly over.
Normalus, how did you do it? Did you also have a high strength high enough?
11, yes.
Okay. Abaddon, so you do the same thing, but do that. The Newt is going
What about the Newt?
First of all, I can pull up D&D Beyond. The Newt was thinking a different route.
Can I put them on
The
my
Newt-
shoulders?
Okay, I just have to make sure.
Someone toss the Newt, maybe?
Well, the Newt
That might hurt it.
likely can swim and probably is a little more like effective at being quieter while it does that than the average person.
That's so fair.
But their strength is 10. So yeah, they look like they're not gonna love jumping it. As in, is it 10 or higher, or 10 or more than 10?
If you take a 10-foot movement lead in, you can jump up to your strength score. So if that's 10, that's 10 feet. Like every one in strength is 1 foot in a
So
long
they
jump.
So they managed to jump, and so what happens then? Actually, Abaddon, would you be jumping right here or over here, or did you move over here? Because there's a little bit of bush here that might make a little bit of noise if you jump on it.
No, I'd probably just jump
We
there.
can go curious.
Like from there.
Okay. Abaddon, do a perception check, Abaddon, and also Nornalus, but more so I'm aiming this towards Abaddon.
At disadvantage, is it
Did
sight?
I say stealth? I meant perception.
Yeah. Is it a disadvantage? Is it purely seeing or also hearing, smelling?
No, this is just based on hearing.
Alright.
I should have led with that. Okay, never mind on that end, I guess. Normalist.
I rolled a total of 2 because I rolled a natural 1.
Good. Okay, so you guys don't hear anything. you feel like this is a decently safe location for you to be.
Okay. Victoria will kind of move up just like closer this way, probably Issa falling close behind.
By the way, if there's nothing blocking you from seeing, that means that the wall is low enough for you to walk over. Basically, it means it's only like 2 to 3 feet high at most.
I keep moving this way.
I mean, versus if it's a full-on wall, then you can't really, then you have difficulty.
Okay.
Meaning
Let's
this
keep
whole
moving.
area is only low enough that you could cross over it.
Is this
Additionally,
you
you guys see a troll not looking your direction, like biting into like a fallen person.
Do they appear dead already?
A troll of a dead person.
The dead person. Oh, well,
They're
yeah,
not.
that
The
answers the
person does
question.
not appear to be screaming, so they are simply dead.
Okay.
It could be possibly that they're quiet and either consensually being eaten, or they're in a coma.
Oh.
You don't know.
I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, I guess. Victorian will probably tell Issa to stay here. How far can I fly above an entity without them seeing me?
You won't know until you do it.
That's so fair. Can I fly like 35, like just my full movement speed upward, and then go over towards the troll's direction? Just be like maybe 20,
Sure.
30 feet above it.
In terms of the lighting, did you want me to move you on the other sides, like kind of a Mayan, so you don't see things I don't think you would otherwise see?
Yeah,
Okay. So
I'll let you move me.
You move. Okay, let me just one thing. Okay, good. You move a bit, and you fly over here. There's still walls kind of over there, and I'd say you get over here, and you're off 30 feet up. You're like How noisy do you think your wings would be? Do you think they would be like not kind of quiet, or do you think they'd be like a loud, constant buzzing? Because I'm thinking of this kind of like a dragonfly, but in the context of okay, if a dragonfly was like the size of a squirrel or like a small dog, would it? Okay, maybe a small dog would be pretty loud.
Well,
Like, would it?
since they're insect-like wings, and since I can technically hover, I think that they'd probably have to be pretty fast because they're not like like feathered wings where they can just kind of soar with them. Since they're more insect-like
Yeah,
wings, they'd
so
have
they'd
to
be
be
kinda
pretty
loud.
They'd have to be fairly loud.
Okay. But maybe because of like the frosty element, it may dampen it or something. But who knows? Or it could be that fairies have like natural oils that decrease like the sound created by I don't know. I mean,
I'd say they're probably insect-like. So if you wanted to say that they were like fairly loud, I would not argue at all.
Yep. Either way, you see a troll which is either sleeping or dead, but looks injured enough it probably is dead. You see what you believe to be a terror bird. Over here looks like another dead troll. A lot of dead fire newts.
Oh my goodness.
And then another troll. Additionally, so it seems to be this troll here and the troll you saw back there are the 2 trolls you saw. This one looks more comparative to a normal troll. The other troll looks a bit like uniquely lanky.
That's a little concerning. And then I'm assuming that bird right here is asleep as well, or is it awake and active?
It seems to be awake as kind of like maybe like it looks like it's cleaning its like beak with it, moving its next to its like feathers and whatnot, and then like it then also looks to be biting onto some like an arm that looks to be in its mouth as well, that it may have picked off one of the fire newts or one of the humans that are dead.
Okay. I have a question about clarification. What is our goal here at the moment?
Oh. Well, you don't know. Nornalis didn't. So your guess would have been to find the fire newt known as Narc. Basically, the whole bit is they believed that bad shit happened to the fire newts here. Looks to be the case, and they wanted to try to confirm if Nork was either alive or dead. Now, Nork, the main thing that kind of made him different from other fire newts is one, he was their healer of sorts. He was their like herbalist, and two, he had a bunch of like a lot of apparently the description you were given would have been that he had a bunch of necklaces on his neck, like a lot of them. And you don't see a fire newt with that description of a fire newt. You say they are dead down here.
Okay.
Additionally, as you would fly around, over here looks like there'd be an indent in like the like floor that looks like it goes deeper, meaning that must be the way to the cave.
Okay.
Additionally, there's a little bit of smoke coming from it. Not much, but a little bit.
Okay. Lovely fire. Gotta love it. Okay. Victorian will
Also, as
kind
you're kind of flying over, the bird looks around as if it hears something. What was your stealth again?
the stealth that I rolled was a 23.
Meaning, okay, I would say you're doing pretty good at kind of moving around a little bit and kind of moving your body in ways that kind of both lessens the amount of like sound you're making as well as trying to make it more natural. Maybe it might just be like, oh, it must be just a normal dragonfly, or oh, it must just be the wind. Which, considering, you know, it being kind of windy, you could probably like kind of conceal your sound in the wind a little bit. If that makes any
Okay.
sense, which I don't know if it does.
Okay. Yes, fingers crossed. Okay. Victorian kind of takes a sigh of relief, unreadies his bow, and will kind of fly back to the group and communicate that. Well, I can't move to that because it's a solid wall.
The other group, so while that occurs, the other group has been looking kind of in the direction of that troll, but might not have noticed it yet. The fire newt though is not having a great day because he's seeing a lot of his friends dead, and he's kind of like his hands are kind of going over his face, kind of regretting coming here. He looks really spooked and like really sad, like he's gonna cry a bunch, but he's kind of trying to hide his voice so the troll doesn't hear him.
Are you alright, little fella? You seem a bit upset. Oh. You know any of them?
Additionally, there over here appears to be a dead dog of some kind, a dead human, and then a dead kobold.
Well, I think we've certainly stumbled across something that's less than polite company. We ought to take it very slow, guys. What do you say? Nonetheless, you want to come with me? Check out the area a bit while Victorian is going on his mission.
Is this happening in tandem with Victorian, or is this as they returned? I might have missed a part.
I think this is happening at the same time.
Okay.
So I'm like out of the equation.
Okay. Yes, I suppose we should, I don't know, I think we should wait a moment and see what Victorian sees. Rather than charging him blindly, if they're getting an aerial view, it would be best. They'll see things better than we could anyway.
Alright, fair enough. Maybe let's see if we can catch up with him. See if he's found out anything yet.
DM, let me know when I have returned, I guess.
Okay, yeah, so I'll move you. You would have returned now.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Good news, bad news. Bad news. There's a lot of dead fire newts. Like a lot. The good news, I don't recognize. What was the name of the person? Person
Nark.
name. Nerk. That was an in-character question, but.
Oh, Nark!
Perfect.
Sorry, quiet. We should probably move.
There is an entrance to the cave. Towards that way, and he'll point towards the like edge of the castle where he saw the smoke burning. There appears to be smoke building up for it, which is in theory a good sign, because I mean, like, fire newts smoke in theory, or things are getting cooked. Hopefully not fire newts getting cooked.
Do a survival check based on, I would say Victorian.
Oh, that's good. 25.
You think that it probably was from a campfire that may have been in the cave that has, lessened in its use over the last couple hours.
It's probably a campfire, which is good.
Well, if it's campfire, maybe they're polite company and we can sit down with them as well. What do you guys say?
Sorry, my internet went iffy for a moment. What did you say, Abaddon?
Well, I say it might be that those are very nice people and we can sit down with them. And if not, they'll just kill them and be done with it.
Are we proceeding with the thought that Moritar and Ace are going to assist us in combat? Should it evolve into that, Ian?
I would say they were. They can.
I'm just thinking that like the difference between having 3 people fighting and 5 people fighting is significant for combat, so that's why I want to clarify that before
you have 3 people, one of which has an additional little fellow with him, and also you have a little newt fella. But yeah, you can get them in there.
I have Isa.
Okay, but let me just I'd say that they could have crossed. Oh. Okay, can we take like a 5-minute break? I'm not because of like planning or anything, but because I need to use the restroom.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no. Even if it was planning related, I don't think we'd care.
Okay, good.
Nope.
I'll be right back. You guys can move your characters a little bit, but I'd say if it's like the closer you get to the troll, the higher chance. Like if you get within like 10 feet of it, I'd say that the likelihood of it like hearing you is decent. So I'd ask you to do another stealth check. And if you get in a position that's more open, where it's less likely, but an enemy might be looking in another direction, then yeah, you probably would be seen. Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be back.
Guys, when we're out of here, I say we do something nice for Zulan.
Yeah, can we go on a little vacation or something, maybe?
I don't see why not. No, he sees all his friends and family dead. It's usually kind of traumatic for a little bugger like him. I kind of feel bad,
Have you guys seen all the stuff about the game called Zoocosis?
No.
Nope.
There's this horror game coming out where basically you play as a zookeeper during this,
I have seen that actually,
outbreak.
yes.
And it looked so cool. And it is my one goal as a game developer. First of all, I love the body cam aspect of it just because the perspective is so nice. And then just like as a game dev, it's just so interesting to see it evolve and develop. Also, it looks kind of hilarious for a horror game. The voice acting's a little mid so far.
but they're doing their best.
I've not heard anything about that. Anyone got some? No, what's going? How's it called again?
Hmm?
How's it called again? Because I didn't know anything about this.
Zuko's. Hold up, let me just send you the trailer. It looks really hilarious. I don't think it's going to be that great in the horror department, but I think it's going to be a hilarious video game that comes out.
Oh hell no!
I also like that there's just part of the video game where you just play as a normal zookeeper.
Me back.
Good Jesus Christ!
That was either aimed towards me or not. I don't know.
What?
Someone said good, Jesus Christ, like a good like 3 to 4 seconds after I said I'm back.
Oh no!
I think it's related to the trailer for the game that I sent in
Yeah, I
general.
just saw a body getting dropped by into a fucking
Oh.
blender.
Yeah, my sister
no.
showed me that game a while ago, and I was kind of surprised it was on my sister's radar.
It's so interesting to see it actually develop. It's so funny that they just took this one. Oh, we're gonna make a horror game, but by the way, you can just be a normal zookeeper for a bit too.
Yeah. Before we start again, since I did say a 5-minute break, we have like a minute or two left. I will say my sister plays video games, but she has a really weird like grouping of things she likes that makes it kind of untypical. Like I wouldn't say that she likes games that are realistic, as in she likes, as in not like stylized too greatly or anything like that, which is I think it's a downside. She prefers first-person games, but not shooters.
Are you shooter Portal?
And I think she's played Portal. She likes Portal.
Okay.
And I'd say like from the main games she likes are in terms of stuff I would say is what's it called? Life is Strange.
Okay.
The Last of Us.
Okay.
And a couple other things, and it's all very weird. As in, she wants to get into Resident Evil, but only the new ones for whatever reason.
Probably because of the first-person aspect.
Mainly plays co. Well, yeah. The thing is, it's like it's mostly first-person games, but then The Last of Us, and then the other games she likes are she has both an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4. For some reason.
Okay.
And God, the Xbox One games she likes are that one like zombie game for the Xbox One from like years ago. That was in an amusement park. She likes that for some reason.
Dead Rising?
And there's another zombie game.
Why did I call it that? Why did I call it Dead Rising? Dead Island.
Not Dead Island. I like Dead Rising. Dead Rising 2 is a game I like.
Dead Rising is good. I'm saying
Dead Rising 2 I like a lot. What was it? It was a really weird one. And then like I don't know, it's just very strange because she has like I don't know, it's just her circumstances are bizarre. Because the thing is, what she likes a lot of is she likes walking sims. For a long time, it became like it was like, wow, she's the one person that actually really likes walking simulators, which I guess is a term that's a little dated now, but that's what there's a lot of like first-person games that are more puzzle-based.
Yeah, the
were
term walking
called,
sim
like,
came from
6 years
people
ago.
not learning to enjoy stories and environmental design.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first couple games the first game that people kind of put that to was something that was I don't think had great environmental design. It was like called Deer something, or I forget what it was called. It was a video game that Total Biscuit reviewed. But yeah, okay, now we'll go back. Is everyone here?
Yep.
Woo!
Okay. So you guys are all kind of here, relatively silent, being relatively quiet on what your plans. But as you kind of wait, do any of you begin to kind of approach inward, or do you intend to go on a different plan or way of kind of getting inward without, getting the troll over here to notice you?
Okay, so there's two options that I see for the most part. There's the one option where we could just move over here and then climb up, and then try to get into the cave entrance here-ish. Like if we went this side, climbed this wall, and tried to get there.
Okay.
Or two, and the slightly more risky option. In theory, I could kind of fly over, be a distraction, and see how well the party can get into the cave safely, and then try to figure out a way to get into the cave.
Okay. This wall is around almost 25 feet tall. It's one of the taller walls. Some of these walls are a bit taller than others. There's a large variation of height. You're pretty sure that if you climb this thing, it would fall to pieces. The likelihood of this thing crumbling is pretty high. I should
I have
probably
a
say
question.
the remaining towers of a hall, like the remaining circular parts, are the tallest parts of these.
Okay.
Around like 20 to 25 feet high. A lot of the other things are way smaller, and that's the general idea. Yeah.
So I'm assuming the best option would to just be to go around, either try to be stealthy or just murder everything and then go to the cave.
Yes, unless there's more trolls in the cave or other things in the cave. Or to be stealthy and send one person in the cave, or one or two people in the cave, to be like stealth in and see what's in there. You could go about that route.
We're stealthy as members.
Probably you.
you. I don't know if Norlis has like invisibility or something.
Nope.
Ace might. I don't know if Ace or Mortar do. I'll check Ace since it. Oh, they have invisibility. Ace has invisibility. They can cast invisibility on someone. They haven't been keeping their spells in. Wait. Why does it look like that? Are they a full warlock? Oh yeah, they're a warlock. They're a full warlock. I thought they were a sorcerer for a second. I remembered.
Yeah, but like, why do they only have 2 spell slots?
Oh, I think they already used their spell slots for today.
Warlocks get fucked over like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
They're
why
still-
if I have a warlock in a game, I tend to run games that have a fair amount of short rests, or I just tend to flavor it as short rest or any like amount of downtime that the party isn't like actively doing something intense or in combat.
I think it's good if you one way I think to go about it is more so be like, hey, if you're starting the game and it's a new game and like you're not joining a pre-existing one, and you want to play a warlock, let the party members know of this. And if you're people that are kind of more open to try things, you could be like, hey, pick characters or classes that have abilities or things that relate to short rests that benefit from you doing short rests basically. And also, I'm not someone who says, oh, you can only do one short rest per day. That's not my thing. You can have things as many times as you want, like in terms of short rests. I mean, you can't abuse that system. I mean, I'll be iffy if I think you're abusing it for like a coffee lock or whatever that is. I forget how those work.
Coffee lock is what it's called.
Yeah.
You know, that is my only problem that I've ever derived from moving some rules over from Baldur's Gate 3 to 5e, the only doing 2 short rests per day, which works in the video game setting, but doing that in a tabletop setting doesn't really work because of how much happens.
Yeah, it's sort of.
Victorian, you seem like you have magical capabilities. Can you cast the spell Silence?
I do not have silence. The closest I have is pass without trace. And silence would only be like a 30. Wait. Your Arcana, you only have a +2 to Arcana. I would say you would not know anything about the spells. All he knows that he cannot cast silence.
Okay.
But he can cast pass without trace, which sounds similar.
No, my thought was cast silence on one of the creatures and then wail on it and nobody can hear anything in that area. But that's not possible. That's fine.
No, I kind of like your idea.
I had the idea myself, but I've not had a chance to inscribe that spell into my own book yet.
Why don't we take a quick rest and you can inscribe it in your booklet? and then
I
we
would
can-
need to have a scroll or a similar book to inscribe it, unfortunately.
As
Oh,
you're
right.
discussing this,
I know what I just went. Oh, sorry, continue.
as you're discussing this, the troll moves to grab at another body to eat. With this motion, it then it looks like it possibly could be looking into your direction.
Okay.
This means the heightened most likely people it may see would basically be Victorian the least, but everyone besides Victorian, I'll say these people can be all savored. Well, I'll say actually to make things a little easier, I'll say these people are probably farther over this side, just to be more fair for people who are actually here. With that in mind,
hold on.
I was
Let me
about to
measure
say
distances.
Normalness and Abaddon. You think that it may look at you in a second, but you don't know.
Can I use thaumaturgy to make a sound appear over in this area?
You can, but that could have bad consequences. Sure, you can. I'm not. Considering there's a wall here and its way to get there would be for you guys. Go for it.
Oh, that's fair.
Unless it climbs the wall.
That's
Or
yeah,
has some
that's
other
not too
ability.
far. Okay. I'm gonna ask the way you would pull this. So, I have a speed of 35 feet. Could I, technically speaking, be able to cast thaumaturgy in this area and then move towards that direction simultaneously to then be a distraction away from the party so that they could move?
Perhaps. To be clear, Normalist seems like a target that would be a bad person to get hit, but Abaddon seems like a better person to, for the troll to attack, if the troll's going to attack one of the people. Albeit, the fire dude's also right here, so that's not great. But yes, you could do that. But the fact is that you'd be rushing, you think that any second now, it's going to maybe look, so it might
have
not
to do this
be,
right
as
this
in, it
moment.
looks like it's, it might not look, it might just grab the dog without looking in that direction, but it seems like the likelihood of it glancing is pretty high.
If the chances are that it can't see Victorian, the chances are Victorian can't see this, so it wouldn't be able to react in this way, to be fair.
You're so right, actually. I cannot see. Oh, you're so right. I cannot see it. In that case, that does not happen. Victorian doesn't even get the notion to have the idea.
Okay.
Norlis would duck as he saw it reaching over in hopes that the wall would shield him from view.
Okay.
Abaddon does the same.
This
Sorry.
leaves the
Slum.
Newt, who tries to who like considers jumping in the water but realizes it might make noise. So the newt then just just looks around and panics and just lays onto the ground.
That's good. Play dead.
The troll now finally looks in that direction. Feels like things are a little off, but then just grabs the dog and keeps going at what it's doing. You hear some other movement. Some of the other trolls. Kind of moving towards, and you hear like the bird looks like it's moving out from the settlement, but it's hard to tell. But then a little bit back through, and then farther into the settlement from a different direction. But then kind of keeps moving in place, and it becomes kind of unclear where it's going. But you can definitely hear a lot of movement from the bird.
So I believe it burns down to the basic answers of, are we looking to fight them or move into the cave without fighting them? Anything I'm saying quietly. I can only control Nautilus' voice so well so far.
Fire Newt kind of looks to you and says, I just need to confirm that Nark is in the cave. Or if they left a note or something. Because they might have gotten to the waterways. But the waterways are possibly unsafe, which is why we hadn't used them as soon as we had. Did you hear my whisper? It might not have been picked up.
No,
Yes,
we
you're
heard you. Yeah, you're fine. I was waiting. I was in on Abaddon and Victoria.
Well, I guess Victorian can't really hear the whisper. He's a little far away.
No, you could. I would just be talking. Oh, I would have been talking at a volume or directed it to you. Like, I was trying to address the group as quietly as I could, not just Abaddon.
He'll kind of walk carefully over.
Alright. I think there's little reason in us starting to fight that we might end up losing, because that thing seems bigger and meaner than everything we've fought so far. If we sneak in, and we can find out the guy's not here, and we can sneak out again, and maybe, just maybe, not pull any attention. As far as I know, as far as I'm concerned, this island is crawling with people that want to see us dead, or worse. So, what do you say, people?
Do a as he says that, and as you kind of look at the troll, it's not so much that the troll looks like it's necessarily bigger than the others. It looks more lanky, but as it kind of moves its arms back and it looks at it, it looks like it almost has like an almost elastic body. Meaning that perhaps its danger might not necessarily be in terms of its sheer strength, but its mobility in regards to an area like this. Meaning, it might be able to get through smaller spaces than it normally would otherwise. But you aren't 100% sure on that. This also gives you reason to believe that perhaps a lot of the dead fire newts may have been killed by that troll, or at least like maybe a troll similar to it. As in, it seems to clearly been able to, you know, get through the notches and corners that the other troll probably couldn't have in this like castle.
Understood. So, we're going in sneaky then, yes? Abaddon, Victorian.
I think that would be the best option.
Victorian just kind of nods.
However, keep an eye open. Be ready to fight, because I'm not sure how easy the travel ahead's gonna be.
Victorion, if you would lead, you said you saw where the cave was.
Okay. Victorian saying that will kind of just like motion over towards it, and he'll kind of. I'm trying to figure out. Oh. Because you say that we can't really climb up here, right? But it's on the other
You
side of this
could-
area.
You could, but it might fall. Basically, all the wait. Let me restate this. This wall right here is like maybe 10 feet high, but any of the walls of a circular structures, but I guess it's a little hard to tell. So I'll just say like here and here are around 20 to 20 feet, 25 feet high. Like also here. Like basically, the tallest remaining structures are those that are like in the circular parts, which are like the endpoints
Like
of here.
this.
Like this wall, like yeah. For exception of like the ones that there's no like a lighting
Okay.
on. Meaning
And then
obviously this is only like 2 to 3 feet high. Yeah.
And the cave is like this area?
It looks a little bit farther stuff like around here.
Why can't I see your pigs? Am I crazy?
I'm going to. Oh, I see. No, you can't see it because it's on light mode. Sorry, I had it. You can see it now, right?
Yes.
I'm going to move you right back just so you can see where the cave was. It was right around here.
Okay, cool.
From remembering, yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. In that case, what would seem to be the stealthiest way to move through this area?
Well, it's hard to say, but it depends on circumstance. If it's just you, probably would have been to basically fly over here and fly into the cave. If it's of the group, it's hard to say, because like if you get in, it would be either to possibly move around the whole thing and hope that there'd be like an exit. There looks to be like a way to get around here, but it is a little bit through a bit of vegetation, so it might make a little noise. Otherwise, if you just went south through here, the likelihood of you being stringed by a troll is pretty high, being the other troll. So it would either be to go around this place and go on from this way, as in like go down here just around the castle. Probably would be, but if the troll over here is not looking in your direction, it probably would have been that route. It's hard to say.
Okay, I'm just gonna do something a little insane. I'm gonna ask the group to like kind of group over like over here in this like area. And then I'm gonna go over there, and then I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to try and make a distraction. And then I'm gonna see if I can't duck into the trees and then fly back.
Are you telling
that
people
sounds like
you're
a
going
good
to
plan
do
with
that?
everybody. Yeah, if that sounds like a good plan with everyone else.
What selection of trees?
I'd say these ones over here.
Where did you ping?
Over in this corner here.
I
It's my personal opinion that making unalerted creatures alerted in any way does not necessarily behoove our successful stealth. Because then they're on alert. If they don't find you, they're going to look elsewhere, which means we're more likely to be found. That's just my opinion, though.
Let's see
By the
where
way,
you
I
come.
should mention, I built the dynamic lighting in the context that you wouldn't necessarily be going from the going around the structure this way. So if it's unclear what the walls are, just understand like they're if you suddenly see black, that means there'd be a wall there. Let me just fix that real quick. That should be a little better. Okay, good. We're good now.
Yes, no. I also realized partway there, I was like, me being able to fly probably messes with the dynamic lighting a lot.
Only a little bit. No, it should be fine. Albeit, based on it does seem like it would be a tight squeeze to get on that side. to go over around here. That is the other thing I will say. Meaning you might have to go walk either cling right towards the castle side, or move a little bit into the water to get around on this side, and for the whole forest a bit. But yeah. Otherwise, do your plan.
Alright. I say we all try to really sneak as possible. Wait, don't one of us have pass without a trace?
I guess I can just cast Pass Without a Trace and see if we can't just walk through here. I feel like that might put us in a very precarious situation if we get caught in the middle. But I don't mind just casting Pass Without Trace and then just seeing where it goes.
Let's keep spitballing ideas here, aren't we?
You hear one of the trolls seeming to move towards the entrance.
Cool, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
Alright.
How many people does it cast upon? The whole party?
Everyone within a 30-foot radius.
Okay. And what was your plan?
We use that and then we just walk.
And we'll just kind of stealth through the area. So I guess we'll just go kind of like... Can you see when I make the line?
Yeah.
Cool, so just like in this like area, I guess. Cool, I'm gonna make sure everyone stays close to me. So I'm assuming stealth checks?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, let me...
That's a natural 20.
Fire Newt got a free.
Natural,
So,
natural 20
oh my God.
for
I feel so bad for Ethan.
33.
I really do feel so...
That's a 29.
33.
Okay,
Fire
Issa,
Newt's
pop
time.
off, I guess.
Oh, yeah, boy.
That's great, because I rolled a 2. For still a 19, but like still. So Issa's got a 29. I've got a 19.
Yeah, like a couple high scores will kind of lessen the degree of low scores, but
Not Issa
Just
rolling
some-
higher than me. She only has a +1.
what did Nornos, what did you get?
Oh, I was talking the whole time. I think I had my mutes off kilter. I think I had it backwards. That's funny. I rolled a natural 20 for 33.
Oh shit.
Up
Yeah, okay, I'll
off.
say the party has some initial iffies, but overall, like, you guys kind of help your decentness of being relatively stealthy helps some people who are a little not as well at it. Or I'll just say that Ace and Nortar do well enough. And you guys ended up, having some difficulty, but overall able to kind of get through the area relatively stealthily. Also, I'm gonna do one thing really quick, which might make things a little weird. I'm gonna make it so that you can't. Oh god, let's see. Where is it? Never mind. I already have it on. I was gonna say there's a thing called dynamic lighting barriers or strict movement, but that's already on.
Yes, it already. I noticed that when I was trying to move, and I was like, oh yeah, let you drag me because I can't do it because it doesn't realize that I can fly. Okay, so we're just trying to make our way through here. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
Both seem to go through. You keep moving, and now you see a patch of dead goblins.
Oh. Make sure we're all staying close, everybody. Follow the line, leader. Victorian's making sure to stay close enough to everyone that the Pass Without Trace remains on them.
Yes. You
Can
never
we
see
just-
a dead adventurer and his pet giant rat, which seem to be both be dead.
Oh,
And then you finally find the entrance to the cave, which seems to be quite immediate. It doesn't seem to go to just like some secret tunnel or anything, just down and as in it doesn't seem to lead to a lower layer of the castle, rather than like just a natural looking cave beneath. Which I will give me a second to put it up. Where did I put it?
So are we just gonna go down to the cave?
Yes. Here we go.
Cool. Take your time.
Put your characters around here.
Okay, got it. Is it dark?
Yes, it's dark. This is not
Cool.
was it. Okay.
I cannot see, but Issa can.
Oh, this seems like a pretty nice cave. It's got everything. Wait, what is that?
I can't see a thing.
Did I? So yeah. Where's the? Oh. Yeah, that should be there.
Can I do a quick perception check, or do I see?
Yeah, you
this.
can do. Perception check.
Do I see this like just as is, or do I need to make a check for that?
See what?
I pinned it for you so I don't spoil it for the
Yeah,
others.
you see that. You see what seems to be a bit of like, where the location of a smoke seems to be coming from an adventure encampment, which doesn't appear to immediately have any adventures, but you can kind of do a perception check if you can't already see the token nearby.
Perception. This is site-based, right?
It will likely be, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's, yeah, let's see, it could be site-based or it could be, well, yeah, if it's site-based, you can't quite, I mean, because there's a rock in the way, you can't quite see it. But in regards to like, so you're having some difficulty with seeing what's, past there due to the darkness and due to the, that. But you kind of do notice, like, because of sound and whatnot, but mild sound, it sounds like there might be a troll there, albeit they don't look to be standing up. They seem to be like leaning against something, and you can just barely hear what seems like snoring. So maybe the troll's sleeping. They also kind of like smell a little bit worse than a normal troll, and seem like they. It's hard to tell too much of a detail, other than the fact that they're like a little grody.
Alright, guys. Good news and bad news huddled together.
Additionally, you can Actually, just that mainly.
Right, guys, listen up. There's a camp about. Hold on, let me make sure. There's a camp about 50 feet to the west of us. I think there's something here with us. It sounds to be asleep, so let's be very quiet. If it's a troll or
You
someone who's...
also start to hear something from the north.
Right, I hear something north as well. Right, everyone, stay together, stay close. See
I have no idea where the rest of the party is.
on me.
Nope. Norlis cannot see in the dark.
You can light a torch, but that could be problematic. It might not.
Is Issa the only one here who can see in the dark?
I thought Amazon can.
Abaddon can.
But I can. Okay, cool.
I think Moritar
you are a
and
tiefling.
Ace can. Excuse you, he is a proud
I'm the
Goliath.
Fire Newt.
He's
Fire
not.
Newts don't have
Oh,
Like,
I was looking at your
can't.
character arc wrong.
Oh no, I was making a joke. Abaddon was raised by Goliath, so he doesn't say he's a tiefling. He said he's a Goliath.
Oh, I love that. That's actually cute. I love that.
blue Goliath.
Alright, fuck it, the both of you can see.
The Fire Newt
let's
also
take
is
my
having not the best time.
Nornless, take my hand. Like,
It's a little weird.
grab Nornless by the hand.
I do so.
Wait, how can... Can I connect us somehow, like tether or?
Can you? I mean, you could technically. You have a tail. I mean,
You just grab my tail.
if we're talking about extra appendages, that's basically all you got. You got tentacles around or something?
No, I've not grown into that puberty yet. That'll come in a few years.
The Goliaths grow tentacles. Is that the canon?
Yeah, they just become Cthulhu when they're about 40.
It's a very Lovecraftian race.
I have a supreme love for all things rock. Alright, take my tail. Victorian, you stand still. I'll come to you in a sec. And
Mhm.
alright, just move your character over to here. Well, I just pinged.
I'm gonna move in the direction. Issa's probably guiding him.
Alright, now the two of you are hand in hand. Now both of you grab a hold on my tail. And you just walk along with me. Slalu, you come on my shoulders. Just follow my voice. Boy, there you go. Put the little fire on my shoulders. Alright. Very slowly, we are gonna move to about here. Keep it coming. That's right, that's right.
Talk about carrying the party.
Yes.
Literally.
Hey, anything from a boy Slalu, bro. Cutest motherfucker. Alright, keep going.
Abaddon, you do notice something from the north you see that seems to quick look at you and jut back.
What the fuck was that? Oh, shit. Okay, there's
They
something.
look like two individuals, not troll-sized, much smaller. They were kind of reddish, similar to the fire that you've seen that's with you, which is Lamu.
Is Issa Starfish
Oh,
working
I used the
on
wrong thing for Lamu. There we go.
that? Is Issa Starfish
fine.
working?
The slime was on my shoulders, bro.
Oh, it's not. Here. Now it is.
Perfect.
I think I turned it off so that you wouldn't see through it.
Makes sense, makes sense.
Wait, Slamu. Slamu, did you see them?
No, I can't see well. I need a torch. You know, sorry.
I think I saw someone about your shape, your color, and your eyes. You think it might
That
be
must
one of
be
your
one of them.
friends?
I'll go ahead, I guess.
Oh, no.
Victorian has no idea what's going on. He is clinging very intently to Issa.
Alright. You two stay calm. I'll take Slamu over. Just keep an ear out for noise, alright? If I start screaming and wailing in pain, you might want to go the other direction and get out.
Alright.
Victorian nuts.
Let's go.
Alright, come with me, little fella. Just hold on. He maybe starts to whistle a little bit like little newts.
That's loud as fuck.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh
Sorry,
no!
The two
Microphone
fire
made
newts kind of notice you.
I think the microphone made it a lot
It
worse.
doesn't seem. The whistle doesn't seem. It seems a little bit not too loud, not enough to perhaps wake a sleeping creature. But two fire newts, one of which. What the fuck did it just do?
Dude, they just
What
fucking dashed.
I did not mean to do that. Okay. Yeah, two fire newts look at you. They see the fire newt on your back, and they're like, "Oh, thank goodness." And they begin to approach.
Guys,
What happened?
guys, it's safe. It's safe. You can come over.
It's not safe. I still can't see.
Shh. I don't know what's going on, but you seem to have Slamu. Is anyone alive up there?
I will, we've got a couple of giants probably.
No, the fire notes are any of our friends up there? trolls eat them. Kill them all. Hello. Please answer me. I need to know.
Oh yeah, they're all dead.
Shit. Ah. Shit. Not good.
Calm down. There's still more things to kill here.
Yeah. The waterways are too intensive. They only go south. If we went in there, we probably would end up under Vetberg or something.
Alright. Well, we got to get you out of here.
Really? If they look towards Zalamu looks towards Narc and they give a thumbs up and it seems good. Okay, let's get out of here, man.
Alright, follow me. I'll bring you to my group. They're very polite. Just be polite to them as well.
Okay.
Hey guys, look what I found. Oh wait, you're all blind.
I still can't see.
I can't. What am I looking at?
I found 3 friends.
Yay!
Got Narc, I think. What's your name, little buddy?
I'm Narc.
I
This
fucking knew
one's
it.
Scarif.
Fucking knew it, guys. I found it. Alright.
That's good.
And this one's Jambo.
Alright, guys. Just follow me again. Issa, you take Victoria on. Nornalis, you come with me. Narc, Zalu. You guys follow. You guys just follow Nornalis. Right. And we're gonna go right about here. Right there. We should start seeing. They should be able to see now, right? Like,
Yes.
all right.
Oh, you wanted the newts to go at you?
Yeah, the newt's coming me.
You see what looks to be what some of the adventurers upstairs must have been in, albeit it could have been goblins. It looks to be some bread, potatoes, some sleeping quarters. It seems to be most of them must have gone upstairs and were killed. And instead, all you see now is just a sleeping troll. It's particularly grody, and there seems to be black liquid seeping from its mouth a little bit. At least a little, to a mild degree. It licks its saliva and whatnot. It seems to be sleeping, kind of leaned up against a boulder. It looks particularly grodier than most trolls you've seen.
Oh, that is one ugly fucker. Alright.
Should we do away with it?
Oh, yeah. This one's gonna get it.
How many trolls are still upstairs? Is there still 4?
We saw one.
Victorian, how many trolls were there?
I saw like 3, right?
You saw 2 trolls, and there was 2 additional trolls which seemed to be dead, or at least 1 additional troll that seemed to be dead. And then there was the bird.
Okay.
As in,
I will
there
communicate that.
looked like there was another troll that was dead, but you weren't sure if it was dead or sleeping or something else. And that
Okay.
one was near the entrance. It was far a little bit away, so you didn't get a good look at that one. As in, it's entirely possible the reason the other one moved up to the entrance was to wake that one up, but you don't know.
Okay.
The newts look kind of questioned. We need to either leave here or whatever, but if you fighting this thing causes noise and the other ones to get down here really bad. The elastic one's fucking scary. We could also escape via the waters, but that will not be great. If you can't, you might drown. If you do, that won't be okay though.
I think if we take them off one by one, we might have a good shot at this. Because, say we do make noise, in that time we're probably taking down this one, and then the elastic one is by itself too, yes? That's the best odds we could have.
I mean, if it doesn't group up with the other one, we don't know. Shit, stuff could happen.
Well, we have an advantage on this one sleeping. I think it's a good idea. And trolls are best left dead if you ask me.
I take little issue with that stance.
What'd you say?
I take very little issue with that stance. I think these green, ugly fuckers need to go. Victorian?
He's just kind of glancing around, a little like confused and scared. Whichever you prefer.
I wouldn't attack that troll. So Adventure got him in his mouth and he's poison spewed at him. It's not good. I'd do it from afar if it was that way. If you have arrows, but then I don't know if that would be good. Take a lot of arrows to kill that thing. It would make too much noise.
Well, if you feel so strongly about it, I'll trust your judgment.
It's up to you. If you think you can take that, fine, but that thing's full of fucking poison. Slash it, his body will just spew the poison into you. Yeah. That's also why it's down here and not with the rest of them.
I see.
Worst case scenario, me and the newts can escape via the waters, and if we can really trust you, we can meet up in Vetberg if you're going that way. Other newts who took about 5 to 7, about 10 newts took that drug and went back to Vetberg, or into Vetberg via that way. We don't really know where it leads in Vetberg, or I see under Vetberg, but we were waiting in case there was other newts. We can make that. We're not sure if we'll be able to safely get out of there, but it's better than being here, and it means we can group up with the other newts.
Look, I mean no offense, but I saw the pile of newts out there. I don't think your strength lies in numbers.
That's why I don't think well. That's my point. I think we'd be better not fighting these trolls. We can do stuff, but it's also, I wasn't there to back them up, but we don't have spellcasters anymore anyway, so not great.
What are you then?
Well, I have some stuff. I'm good at alchemy. I can make the potions and things. I know a little bit of stuff. I guess I'm a druid, you could say. But I'm not a warlock or anything like the king. Is he doing okay? Our leader is doing a chieftain. Are they doing okay?
No, they died. Like they just crumbled.
Slimo starts to kind of inform Nark on things. Anyway, do you just kind of stand here? What do you end up doing? The basic bit is they describe that the waters are intense down here, and it seems like it might be an underground river or something, and that primarily goes south, and some of the other newts have already gone. Surviving newts had already gone down there, and these two are waiting to figure out what to do and see if there's other newts on the surface who might come down here, but that never really happened because they all died. And so they could either go if you want to escape up north via land, or go down in these waters and hopefully maybe get to the underground of Vetberg, if that's where it leads. But that's their guesstimate of where it leads.
It was. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Continue.
It was a little precarious getting down here the first time. I think you newts might have better chances going through the water, and I think we'll make our escape above.
Okay. Slimo looks to you. Thank you for everything. We'll meet you at Vetberg, possibly. We can help you there. Narc seems to look past both of them and seems to look around a bit. Vin he has a pouch with lots of stuff, and he very carefully, he makes a little bit of noise, but not too much, and ends up pulling out a little potion and handing it to you, or more so to one of you, I guess the closest one, which would have been like Abaddon.
What's this gonna do?
It's thank you for helping my friend and helping us. We hope you the best. Take this. Might be of use to you, maybe.
I know, what is it?
Speed. It makes you fast.
Oh, that might be
I think.
actually really useful. Wait, you think?
It's a potion of speed. It's
I'll
my
take
best
it.
thing. Okay, I hope you the best. We're gonna go back to the one farther up there. Shit.
Alright then. Take care of your little feathers.
I hope the leadership knows what happened here. Do what it can. If you see other newts on the surface, tell them where we're going. We wish you the best. Thank you for helping us. Things will start to move upward. And then slowly kind of move their way into the Slamu kind of waves, sad but happy. And they all kind of move slowly into the waterway and then zoop out. It almost makes a bit of noise, but not too much. But based on your how it sounded like if you guys did that, it would have been rough. And you don't really, given the fact that you're pretty sure like the newts can breathe underwater, they're probably in a better situation than if you guys went into a underground river that's of a fast speed like that.
Yeah.
I'm still in favor for killing this ugly fucker, but if you guys don't feel like it, I'm amicable to leaving it be for a day.
Well, with what Slamu told us, you'd be up close and personal. You haven't quite recovered from the last bout with the troll, and anytime you hit it, it'll hit back with poison.
Sorry, my voices weren't too different, but the Narc was telling you that because Narc saw.
That's what I meant, sorry.
Narc got a good experience, yeah.
So that, taking into account, is why I think it's best we leave rather than fight it, because you have to be right up in front.
Alright.
Seriously.
Let's see if we can get out of here then. What did you say, Victorian?
I said I agree.
Okay.
Okay, so
Alright. Let's get
do you
going.
guys now move out of the cave? Or do you intend to search the area next to the troll carefully? Which could be a bad idea.
No, I thought we were just leaving.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am curious to see what's there, but I think it would just end up in disaster.
Okay.
I'm inclined to
So,
agree.
I will move you back to the surface.
Alright. Oh, I'm gonna miss the three of them.
Well, you might see him again after a while, depending on how long you take in Vetberg. Or depending on what you do in Vetberg. Okay, so now you're here, you're up at the surface.
Victoria,
Yes?
this might be the time, since we're making our escape, that you could create a distraction if you wanted to. Because we're not trying to infiltrate anymore, we're trying to extradite.
Woo!
So if you wanted to fly above the actual entrance of the castle and make a lot of noise that way, we would escape back the way we came in, and you could meet up with us at any time, realistically.
Okay, Victoria nods and he'll go ahead and fly maybe about 50, 60 feet up. And then he'll head towards like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm blocked. The entrance to the castle is this way, right?
I'll just move you there. Yeah, here.
Yeah, okay. Right over here. From there, I'm gonna go ahead and hold on, give me a second to pull it up. Cast SP within 30 feet. So we go ahead and fly down to where I'm like 30 feet up, and then I'm gonna
You can cast it 30 foot from everywhere. It doesn't have to be like you can cast 30 feet of air away from you. Like it doesn't have to touch the ground, because it's just noise at the end of the day.
That's fair. So I'll say where I am, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cast Thaumaturgy and just it's an instantaneous sound. Is there a limit to what sound it can be?
Just a
Can I
big
make
sound,
it
basically.
can I make it like someone like screaming or like yelling? Something that sounds like prey.
What spell was this?
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy. I guess. I
That sounds
didn't realize you
reasonable to
could.
me.
I thought thaumaturgy could always be like. I didn't realize. I thought it was always your voice it manipulates.
There is
Am I
one
wrong?
that is one of the options. Your voice moves up
Okay.
to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute. You can cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color for 1 minute. You can cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute. You create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range, such as a rumble of thunder, the cry of a raven, or ominous whispers. You instantaneously cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut. You alter the appearance of your eyes for 1 minute. Those are the options.
Okay. Well, yeah, you could have.
Oh,
like a-
actually, I can just do this. I forget that I have it linked.
You could do
I
an
don't know why.
instantaneous sound from a
Okay.
point of your choice within range. Such
Okay,
as, like,
and
you
I was
could do
gonna
a
make it
cry of a
like...
raven, or like a ominous whispers, or like a mild shriek or something.
Okay, I'll say like a person like screaming.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like too intensive, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you do that. Wait, do I have a? I have something that's kind of like a scream sound effect, but it's a song.
I love that.
I don't know if I'll play it because it might be a bit intense. As in, it's like, there's this thing called Danger Music 17, and I have the techno version of it. Let me see if I can. Okay, that
Perfect.
works. That works. Okay, that's fair. I got it.
That would draw a lot of attention.
So that gets the attention of the trolls
Victoria, that's
and
canonically
Terror
played
Bird,
5
and they
Nights
all
at
start to
Freddy's.
move in your direction rather quickly. This gives the other party members time to get out, and I won't necessarily have you guys move. I'll say that you guys managed to get around here and move through the woods on this end and kind of get over the bit.
Okay.
With that in mind, how do you intend? So the trolls would
Okay.
like see the scream a bit, but eventually, if you're just staying in place, Victorian, they would eventually see you in the sky.
You have wings. There's nothing to stop you from just going up and up and up.
Yeah, there's nothing to stop me from going up, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's harsh winds would be it. Because remember, this is on a platform. There's like, as this is on a plateau, and it was a bit windier up here than it was, there. So the farther you get up, the windier you'll be, and it's cold. Albeit, the cold doesn't bother you much.
Yeah. I'll just fly upward as far as I can without difficulty, and then start flying like let me not move myself,
So
and
it
then start
becomes
flying this
hard
way.
to notice if they see you or not. Now, I'd say a good couple minutes, but maybe like 12 minutes, and eventually you guys manage to meet up. The
Okay.
trolls doesn't seem to follow you too hard because they had a hard time telling where you went.
Or
But
I guess we went
eventually
this
you
way.
meet up back at the place.
We went this way, right?
Well, the people
Or
went
we-
south, but you could eventually like kind of meet up by going
Okay.
around and whatnot. But here, now we're back to this map.
Okay, cool.
With in mind, you now have met up, the party's back together, and now you're over on this side. You've now it's now around like, let's say, given circumstances, it probably is around 5 p.m. or so. It would take you maybe like an hour or two, probably, maybe less, maybe more. Probably just an hour or two. Actually, probably I take it back. You aren't sure how long it will take you to get to Vetberg, but given circumstances, it would probably be less than an hour. Given, I mean, most of the difficulty, normally it probably would have been like a 20-minute walk or something, maybe less than that. But given the fact it's mostly mud, it will slow you down by a bit. If you're heading directly to Vetberg. If you're heading to one of the docks or Neverthing, it might be a little different. So where is the party heading?
Does somebody want to go to the docks?
Keep in mind there's multiple docks. The one with the destroyed your ship that is like the south docks, which is you gotta get through Vetberg to get there. Unless you intend to swim, which is probably a bad idea.
Then there's the Alton docks over there. Oh. But look, we're gonna have to find a way to Mount Val any time soon. Because I need to know what's gonna happen there. Because from how I see it, it's about to erupt. And that is frankly probably gonna be a big end of all of us. We need to find a ship. Need to get away there. Let's say we see what docks are still left. What do you guys say?
I do believe we spoke briefly about this before. You don't have a plan for going to the volcano. You just want to go there. Didn't we say we wanted to check out Vetberg and see what information you could find out, like about the dragon, perhaps that was legend to be sleeping within, and at the same time I could complete my own personal quest within Vetberg? I do believe that's what we discussed, though I could be mistaken.
The upper part of that would say that there was also discussion of like the this blade Tierfling may be of help, and that's a reason a lot of adventurers are flooding to Vetberg, and that may be able to help you deal with the volcano either by cooling the volcano or killing whatever's making the volcano do that. That could be one route. However, the party may still have plans. It seems a lot of people have been silent about certain things. Additionally, you are kind of looking around a bit, and you've noticed that. I'm sorry for cutting you off to say all this, but from your perspective, Normalus, Victorian has had a drake with them that has had a weird, glowy, like teal or bluish egg that's of a decent size, like bigger than an ostrich egg, on its back for a while now.
Right. Excuse me, sorry. And I've been meaning to ask, what's with the egg on your pet?
Victorian kind of cuts his eyes towards it for a second. It's complicated. Slightly. A little. Okay. So he points Issa for a second. So this is Issa, right? This is Issa, right? The problem is it's not exactly. Let me just show you. And he snaps his fingers, and Issa's form kind of appears almost spectral and cold for a moment before dissipating back into the egg. It kind of clatters to the ground, and then he walks over to the egg, pats it for a second, and I'm going to go ahead and use my one use prolong rest to re-summon Issa again. And so you guys watch in a similar manner to how she dissipated. Ice almost forms around the egg before appearing into an almost structural form of a drake once again before it fully materializes. So she hasn't exactly hatched yet.
What?
It's weird. I don't know how I can just go, and he like mocks snapping his fingers again. But the long story short is that some people that we really don't like, we're gonna throw her into that volcano, and he points in the direction of Flager.
Yeah, Mount Flager.
Flager, to stop that from going off. Well, you see, I didn't think that that was a nice thing to do, so I stole it. The problem is, the only way I know how to get it to not erupt is for a dragon to be there. And I don't know any other dragons, so I have to get her, and he points once again to the egg, to hatch. But I don't know where to find a dragon to help me hatch her.
Norlis is a studied individual, Ian. Would he know anything about hatching a dragon? And the many tomes he's read over his 93 years of life?
Well, yes, and also you would know the fact that she can do this with the egg, as she showed, means it's more than just a normal dragon's egg by a lot.
I kind of figured as much.
Meaning, so do a history check, and I'll basically that answer. You could do it with advantage.
Oh, bet. That is 15 plus 8, 23.
Okay, beautiful. In general, hatching dragon eggs is difficult. It often requires a dragon or skilled person that's doing that, and often it takes time. To rush it's a little difficult, but given that this is a very unique egg, and that she can do that with that, it may be a very different circumstance. Additionally, it's not off of considering a lot of things. It wouldn't be too crazy to think that this dragon egg itself is an ancient weapon. Of what group, you won't really know. But that's not an unreasonable thing to consider, considering, like, its unique nature, the fact that it probably didn't come from that far away, given that you know that, considering the fact that you're talking to a fairy, you would know that not too far from here, and I'll go to a different map, there are some fairies. You've heard that in the Flager territory, Flager clan territory, there are some fairies. They're not like necessarily part of a Flager clan or anything like that, but they're not that far from where Flager are. Is it not loading well for you guys, or what? The map?
It's loading.
It's loading.
I just see the world map.
Okay, I'm only asking because for me it hasn't loaded yet fully, or it's not loading well. Oh, very good. Okay. Basically, additionally, like how you would hatch it is uncertain, but you can definitely say that perhaps if it is an ancient weapon, perhaps experience with it and doing, of notable things can perhaps do that. But it's also possible that either another ancient weapon could do something to help that, or whatever god or creature it's associated with could. Or the most other idea is ultimately a dragon of its same type, which given what it looks like, it's probably a silver or white dragon, most likely. I mean, that's what it probably is. So perhaps if we found one of those that could help.
Okay.
Additionally,
Wait, quick question.
yes,
Does Abaddon hear any of this?
I'm assuming they would.
I have another question. How close is Moritar to the area? Because we're gonna have to let her know that she heard this.
Moritar's there. I will say that you all have gotten a good idea that, yeah, you have all this, but Moritar clearly knows other things. They, like, some of you more so Abaddon have gotten this clear idea that Moritar has been letting in, like, has been hiding a lot of information. That's the main bit. Like,
It
it's
is going to
kind of
kill
blatant at this point.
Victorion. Moritar is
Now-
going to kill Victorion next session.
Now,
No,
is
not just
is
Moritar.
Moritar like necessarily having plans relating to your dragon? You don't know. But the main bit is that you guys have reason to believe that Moritar is in some way associated with the fire of Surtur.
Victoria
And
is
considering he's made of
oblivious.
fire and things, there's some weird stuff going on. And additionally, from your perspective, Victorian, you know that you don't know if just having your dragon in there is gonna be enough of a hatchet. Considering it might be less of a having a dragon and more so having a powerful dragon. Considering the fact that your group wasn't just going to the people of Gumnot weren't going to just, oh, we'll just take the dragon, it'll be okay. They were intending to throw a dragon and the egg in the volcano. Meaning, instead of, trying to hatch the egg. Given the context that the egg has likely been in the village for a very long time. It is also possible that, conditions relative to hatch the egg could be something you could learn via whatever group previously had it before Gumnot, but you aren't sure specifics on who that was or who that is.
I would also like to say Victorian up until this point has had no idea that this is an ancient weapon and will not know unless he is told.
He is completely oblivious to this fact.
Oh god. Wait. Sort of as you're explaining all of that to Norndless, Abaddon turns to you and looks in the eyes and says, "You telling me that dragon was supposed to be for the volcano?"
So you have to hear me out. Sorry, Nathan.
Yeah, I think I do need to hear that out.
They were going to throw it directly into the volcano, and it was going to kill the dragon, right? Which isn't good. That's not nice of you to do.
Well, on the one hand, I understand that part, but if that thing erupts, we're all gonna die. And then even that dragon is gonna be dead.
Not
an
the
insight check.
trolley problem. Not
Do-
the trolley problem in the game.
Do an insight check, anyone.
22.
Victorion, based on what you can guess, you have no reason to believe, you don't know why Abaddon would be so certain on this. Or more so, you're conflicted on it, as in you get the idea that he is from a Goliath tribe. He's mentioned this Goliath tribe enough that you get the idea that he's likely lived around volcanoes. But due to the weird nature of things, you aren't sure if he knows, if he's really that definite on it. But it's definitely, as in, he may have some good reason to believe that, but due to the unique nature of the volcano, it's really hard to say specifics. As in, ultimately, if people are going to be fucked up by that volcano, it's probably most likely going to be the people in Flagerberg. Will it affect Vetberg? Possibly, probably. But the main bit is that you guys could theoretically get in a boat and leave here, and the likelihood of it, if it went off in the next couple days, you don't know when it will go off. you might be okay. It might not take out the whole region or something, but it will probably cause a lot of problems for the nearby settlements.
Right, look.
Albeit, there's a lot of unknowns, and you don't, of what the extent of it can do or what will happen is unclear. Other than the fact that there's a lot of black smoke coming from it.
Alright. Look. I understand having a pet is it changes you, you know. It's like having your own kid. It makes you think in weird ways. However, I like to believe myself a somewhat kind and decent person in time. So I would like to see if there's anything we can do to make sure you can keep your pet without having to toss him into a volcano like a coin in a fountain. But if we find that there's nothing else we can do, I can't ask that of you. I couldn't. I wouldn't do it to my own fucker. We gotta find a way around this, mate. But we'll make it work. Alright?
Victorian nods happily. You could tell that he was very, very terrified at first, but having you come to the conclusion of not asking him to just directly throw Issa into a volcano, he is now very happy.
Alright. We're gonna have to figure out a way to keep everyone happy here. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a tumble. I think ultimately we'll be able to find a solution for everything. And if not, we just take boat and skip town.
So
There are reasons I wanted Moritar to be present during this session.
yeah, I have now understood. I can now understand why you wanted Moritar present. I was not ready for this level of lore drop with Moritar not here for it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
expecting it to happen near the beginning of the session if Moritar was here, but, you know, things are gonna be
Because
different.
because I
Or the-
guarantee Victoria and Moritar are probably gonna be at odds on this.
The other thing is that, one, you guys, like, several days, many days ago, back when you were on the way, when you're returning to Vala, this mainly goes for, I guess Moritar technically, but also, Victorian and Abaddon. This was before Ace and Norlis were in the party. Around here, you guys had seen, several days ago, you saw a dragon of some kind. Either, it's hard to tell, it was either a white dragon or maybe a silver or copper or something. It's hard to tell specifics. Due to like light refraction and other stuff. Fly in and dive into the water around here briefly. Before, like, fight something. It wasn't clear what it was. Either a dragon in the water or some type of sea creature or something, you weren't sure. And then fly farther south towards Mount Flager, but you aren't sure if it actually went there or what. Perhaps the dragon is in there, perhaps it went somewhere else, you don't really know. But the amount of smoke hasn't necessarily decreased or stopped.
Alright.
Do we have any leads on where it might have gone?
Your guess would probably either been to Mount Flager or farther south, or maybe Flagerberg. Looks like it was going towards that direction. It's possible it left that, considering for several days you're kind of farther over here, and you couldn't really get a good vision of things. You aren't really sure what happened.
Okay, so how many miles is each of these squares?
5.
Each of these squares are 5 miles. So if we were to somehow get close to the volcano, I would be able to, in theory, I
As
see.
in,
I guess
if a
we should-
dragon is in the sky right now, in that direction, you probably would be seeing it right now, but you don't.
Okay. Um, is it proficiency bonus per day, or is it just once per day? How far away from? How far away? How far away are we from when we last saw? Where we last saw it?
We were in a
You
boat.
guys are
and
like,
flood.
where you last saw it was around here, so you would have been.
So we're here, and where last we saw it was where? Here?
Around here. I'll just
Here.
draw a little thing. It would have been like you would have been around here when you saw it. Wait,
Okay.
yeah, you would have been around there when you saw it. And it would have been in the water around here. Where I have that little dragon ended into the water.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, I put that on the map specifically as a reminder of where it happened.
Okay.
Is your
The most
did I do something to make your ability better? I think I forgot if we discussed this or not.
Yes, it's once per day I can detect dragons in a 6-mile radius, and I can know their location. Is it once per day, or is it for proficiency bonus?
You could still try it. Additionally, you don't know what that thing in the water it was fighting was.
Oh! Once per day based on your proficiency modifier, which I'm assuming is a number of times equal to my proficiency bonus. You can choose to spend more than 1 minute to do it, and every minute you expend gives you an extra mile up to 15. Additionally, it can also tell you the creature's size, but it is limited to your favorite enemy. So in that case, I'm permitted, I guess, 3 spaces in each direction.
Remember, you also saw 2 wyverns the other day, back towards here. What was your question?
So if I were to do it for 15 minutes, I'd get like 3 of these squares in each direction, right? Because it's 15 miles in total if I did it for 15 minutes.
Oh, I didn't make that big. I'm trying to use
Unless
this
I'm misunderstanding this.
I believe you would, yeah.
So that would reach. We're here, right?
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 2, 3.
You can draw
So
out,
that's a-
you could draw out a square if you want.
Oh,
Or I'll go.
jeez. Okay. Good thing. So we're here, right? So let's
You
say
are-
this is
yeah.
us here.
Right here, yeah.
So that's 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. Then 5, 10, 15.
Does it only apply to live dragons?
That's a really great question. I don't know if primeval awareness specifies living or dead. I'm presuming it specifies living.
I'll say that if it was like a legend, it's like an ancient dragon or something that died, I'd mention that as an additional thing. Otherwise, like, as in something that would have had some like magical aspect to it that might be remaining a little bit. Otherwise, With that in mind,
I'm
the
gonna go
first
ahead
thing
and
I'll
use-
mention is you do actually, feel the energy of a dead dragon.
Ooh,
Within the context I just told you it was an ancient dragon. So there's that.
okay.
You
Where is
can-
that?
Here.
That is
Mount
okay
Flager.
from Flager itself. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Then, there are about 2 things over here, as in the wyverns.
Okay.
Then, there is something over here. There's one dragon over here.
Okay.
And
That is
there is
live?
something. You think it's alive. The only thing that's dead is the thing that was in Mount Flaker.
Okay, and then sorry, I interrupted your last point.
So you have, and then there is 2 additional other things. There is something over here.
Oh.
It's assumedly in the water that is alive. And then there's something in here.
Those are close.
And when I say in here, I probably should say in. It looks like it's in Vetberg or under Vetberg. Additionally,
Okay.
would you want this ability to also apply to Dragonborn?
That's a you question.
Okay, I'll say that you can choose for it to apply to that if you want, but you won't be able to differentiate. Well, actually, no, take it back. If I said that, then you'd be too late now, and you already known. I'll say that
Yeah.
you can choose to have it also to apply to Dragonborn. It's up to you, but it will create a lot more dots, possibly if there are.
I'd say it would probably just be dragons themselves.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'd like to think that, as this was happening, Victoria just kind of randomly just sat over by Issa, and you guys just watched him just kind of sit there crisscross applesauce for like 15 minutes, not saying a word.
You think I could
And then
give
he
it
just
that, Willie?
absolutely.
I'll give it a wet Willie.
Can I say that he does that as the 15 minutes in, and Victorian shocks awake to that?
Ah, fuck! I jump started him.
Not only that, Victorion is a small creature, so Abaddon's massive finger poking against his objectively much smaller ear is a strange sight.
Like,
Like you could probably baseball
Hi?
Victorian's head, like just.
oh, absolutely.
So it's not
I
so
would
much
like
as
to
a
call
wet
Vic-
willy as in like a poke with a wet finger. There's no getting into the ear.
Yeah, it is probably the size of my head.
What do I use like my pinky?
Dragon Center, Dragon Mount Flare, 2 dragons in the north, 1 dragon under or in Vetberg, and 1 dragon in the waters west of Vetberg. Cool. Okay, sorry, that was random.
Yeah, you fucking.
I
You
was
just-
waiting for you to whenever you use that ability because I was like I had a lot of fun stuff going on.
I love that. That's awesome. So much lore this episode.
You're okay. You just fucking zoned out like crazy.
Yes,
I
we were
don't-
kind of mid-conversation, and you said, "Oh, I'm gonna go sit over there, and be quiet for a while. Is everything all right?"
I don't know how I know this. But they're okay. This is gonna sound crazy. This is gonna sound really crazy. But I know where dragons are.
Yeah, there's one in the mountain.
Okay, that one's dead actually, I think.
Oh.
I think.
Ah,
That
shit.
one's dead.
That's bad. That's really fucking bad, actually.
They're the 2 wyverns we saw a few days ago. But there's one somewhere either inside of Vetberg or under it. There's
You saw
another
them
one in the
earlier
waters.
this day. You saw them earlier this day, I believe.
This was all today.
Correct.
This was all one
Yeah.
day.
What the wyverns? I don't believe you had a rest since the wyverns. I don't think.
You're so
Unless
right.
I'm wrong on that. I could be wrong on that. I don't think you guys did though.
No,
I
you're
don't
right.
believe so either, because I don't have my spell slots back. So you're right.
Yeah, you guys had the last rest you did was okay. Sorry, go on.
You're good. I know I'm not crazy because I feel the 2 that we saw earlier today. There's one Vetberg, either in under it, right? I think that's what that's called. And then A little ways west of it, there's another one. But then the dragon that we saw a couple days ago, I think it's gone southward by Skulp. I don't know what type they are, but I know they're dragons.
Alright. That's not particularly good.
Not necessarily. It's if we could find one, we could in theory either A, get its help in stopping the eruption, sorry, or at least slowing it down, and B, maybe get Issa hatched.
Well, no, if it's a nice dragon, yeah. If it's a pissy one, then we're fucked.
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
You're unfortunately very right, my friend.
The only other option is throwing her in the volcano, and I'm not letting that happen.
We already agreed on that. It's not going to happen just yet.
So I'll take my chances with the dragons.
Alright. All in favor of it.
There's two other things I want to mention. One, it's that if, theoretically, Moritar was made of the fire of Suitor, you have no clue what throwing them in the volcano could do, but the likelihood of it destroying the fire of Suitor is unlikely. It's destroying maybe other things, probably, but it's entirely possible that could also be a thing. You don't really know, but you know the fire of Suitor is definitely something that could work with or find a solution to the volcano problem, depending on what it is. Additionally, I will say this is from my understanding of the utility of this from some people's perspective, but for Victorian, the reason you actually, would you mind if I say this out loud? It's about your character's ambitions.
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it.
The reason you left, so you left Gumnot and head to Flagerberg, and you got onto a boat that you thought was going to head towards Nor or here. You ended up, they ended up taking you to Vala briefly, and you got off a boat on Vala, just by circumstance because your creature got off, and and you got stuck there. That boat, you're not sure, it probably went to Nor somewhere else, albeit it might have gone south, but you aren't fully sure. But you were really understanding it was heading towards Nor or something. You wanted to get towards this general area of the Vetnork stuff because you were to hope that you would find ancient weapons relative to that clan that could maybe help you with this. You also, like, what those are is Tearfling, which is a sword that can one possibly do what temperature things. It can absorb like energy, so that could be a way to stop it. But also it can possibly kill anything, or that's the other kind of thing that Tearfling can do. The other two weapons are the Wolf-Bitten Hand, which you now have an idea of what that does. You guys, Moritar has it. And then there's another one that's some type of small spear, and you have no clue what that does. Additionally, since you live close by in the Flager clan, you would have known the Flagers had two ancient weapons. One was an axe, which has been lost for a while, and the other is a rib that does something else and has some connection to Balder.
Okay. Do we know where the temperature-related one would be?
In terms of temperature-related stuff,
I think
there's a couple
I think they're talking about the Tearfling, the sword.
Oh, sorry, I was dumb. Sorry, there's some other things I could have mentioned about that. But you were in the understanding that Tearfling is in Vetberg. Tearfling is probably one of the most useful, significant, ancient weapons.
So we could kill two birds
yeah,
with one
yeah.
stone.
Biggest, yes. Some of you also know other things about possible ancient weapons in Vetberg. That other last thing, the other third thing, not the wolf hand or the sword, that's probably in Vetberg, but it's entirely possible it was taken. somewhere else, or more so, the big thing about Vetberg is 7 years ago it was attacked by the Alton clan. The Alton Kingdom at the start of the war, which the war wasn't started by the Alton Kingdom, to be clear, but they basically attacked the city, and possibly within, now their goals are varied, but it was possible that they tried to get Tierfnite and failed. So is that. Now, there may be, in terms of other temperature-related stuff, there are some cold-related magic items that are farther north or far in other areas. Mainly, there was some stuff with the Aslo clan with some type of bow, and then some type of, like, other item. That other item is believed to be in Vetberg, which is either skis, or maybe, like, I'm forgetting the term. What would you skates? Skates. Albeit the likelihood of magic skates stopping a volcano is unlikely. And there was also some weapons among the Goliaths that were frost related, but the utility of them is unclear. But mainly I'm referring to the Goliaths that worship Skadi, which is one of the which is a winter god.
Neat. So what I'm hearing is we're being led towards Vetberg.
Yeah, yes. The other stuff is that within the part, just to kind of help you along, your goal. So, okay. Abaddon, your goal right now is to stop the volcano, but you've had some other goals, which you've kind of made clear, I think. Can I save them?
Go ahead.
To find the ancient weapons relative to the Sunder clan, and possibly also to prove yourself. If there's others, there's that. And Victorian, you've made your things kind of clear, at least till you want to basically find a means for ancient weapons or other things to stop the volcano, so that you do not screw up, lose Issa. Both of you are kind of both clear on that, and I think you guys have formed that. And as you guys are talking, it would become clear to you that you don't know Nornaless's goals, more so.
Alright, 2 of the 3 of us are down. Nornaless, what's your business here?
I thought I had mentioned it right when I'd met you all. I could have swore I covered the topic briefly. I'm looking for knowledge that is hidden within the depths of Vetberg on arcane artifacts, or as you may call them, some of them are similar to the ancient weapons you all are looking for.
I know that much. I just meant beyond that.
That's a valid answer. If they wanted to try, they can try, but that's a valid answer.
It is. I do agree to that.
Or any one thing in particular you're looking for?
It's hard to know what's in a library before you visit it.
Well, you usually go to the library to look for a book you already know the name of.
You see, I come from Askval, the library therefore of, and I'm out here on a mission to reclaim knowledge that may be lost to time were I not to.
Do a religion check, the other two of you, Victorian and Abaddon.
That is an 8. For some reason, it's not detecting my roll 20, but that's an 8.
Okay,
Oh, because for some reason the tab's not open.
okay. In that case, like, Abaddon, nothing really on your end.
Okay, I'm back.
For Victorian, you feel like you were, like, thinking, okay, if he's of that clan, maybe they were looking about, like, ancient weapons of that clan, and, like, you're like, okay, well, what god is it tied to? And it's like Mim something, but you're not quite sure. It
Okay.
starts in, you know that the god that's worshipped from that clan is like something starting with M, has something to do with wisdom, but you don't remember much more than that. Okay. As you were discussing these, I didn't want to. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop the conversation suddenly. Like you can continue on if you need to. If I did that. Otherwise, you guys are. Are you guys moving on to the mud, stuff like back onto the mud, or are you still up here on the platform plateau? That isn't that far from patrols. Or, I mean, isn't where the isn't that far from the castle.
We would be moving towards the castle that we have this conversation, I imagine.
Oh,
Yeah.
the place you just came from?
Not the castle. I meant Vetberg. I realized I said the wrong thing.
Okay, in that case, you would have continued towards Gretberg, and it would have gotten kind of late. Were you going to go directly towards Vetberg, or by the docks nearby? As in, are you going to stop anywhere on the way, or are you just going to go straight to the Bridge Tower Gate?
I was just
Or
going to go
you
straight
could-
unless anyone else wanted to go otherwise.
Because you could also approach it via the side over on this way, too. That would also be a viable option. And for Abaddon, the Bridge Tower Gate would have been the way you left the city.
Okay. So might consider finding a nice hole to sit on, because well, I still need to heal up a bit. I think we've used quite a lot of spells. I think we need to find a nice spot that's maybe not mud, and just take our refuge.
Okay, then I'll say... With that in mind, would you go just, try to get as close as you can, then like rest near the bridge gate, or would you move somewhere on the way towards here, or
Uh,
the docks, or what? Because it's like 5 or 6 or so, and it would.
I'd say probably right around here, because that just seems like a slightly sheltered place. It's not covered in mud. It's still decently on our way, so
Okay.
I'd say
A
probably.
good. Okay. It would take you around 30 minutes or so, maybe a little bit less, maybe like 25 minutes, to get to a raised platform. You would have the same difficulties from earlier, but I would get to kind of skip the process of getting onto it. And it would essentially, you get there, and there's like a couple of sparse trees, and then just some would appear to be like bits of like old agricultural walls that are made of stone, so like things to kind of put around fields, with there no longer really being any unique. I mean, just it looks like some of the distance there might have been some of the crops that have been kind of growing in here, but mostly this just looks like it's reverted to grass and other stuff. It's kind of windy, and it's it's getting a little late, but if that's where you want to stop, you can. And probably would be a theoretically safer position than like other places, and also you aren't fully sure if the tide shifts greatly with that, albeit I probably should have thought more about that given the time circumstances, but it doesn't appear to be that like I'm gonna have to actually look at a tide map soon probably, but I'd say probably like it looks like I'm saying probably during the night to some degree the tide might get a little higher, but it's probably depends on the season and circumstance to what extent the tide goes in on the mudflats.
Okay. Alright, what are you gonna say? You ready for a bit of rest?
If you need it, yes. Are we intending to take a short break or bed down for the night?
Sundown's slowly approaching, so we do a long one. And we get up first light in the morning, and then we've got plenty of time to get where we need to and make the best of it.
It's fine by me.
Victoria.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright.
I see no issue.
I think this is fairly secluded enough. I don't think any of us need to stand guard. Let's just hope it doesn't rain. We don't have particularly good cover in that sense.
Okay. We will do the long rest, and Vin will probably end. Okay, so who's doing the watches?
Actually, Normalist, because it's still early in the night and isn't terribly tired, is going to take the time to ritual cast alarm around the perimeter of the wall, so anything that crosses through that threshold will send off a ping to him mentally, and it wakes me up if I'm asleep.
Okay. With that in context, do any of you still do watches or no?
With the alarm cast, I don't think so.
He actually, apparently I can set it to make an audible alarm. So it pings me, it'll ping if anything crosses that threshold, making the sound of a handbell for 10 seconds.
Okay. So the winds are kind of harsh, but they're not too bad. But you get through the night without hearing an alarm. And you manage to get up in the morning, and you guys went to bed a little, your schedule based on the last 2 days have been kind of getting up pretty early, so it's maybe 5:50 or so, maybe 6 a.m. right now. Actually, wait now. If you went to bed at let's say 6 or 7, then would have been 6 is a reasonable time for you given the time. Actually, yes, let's say you went to bed at 7.
Probably be getting up around.
So I think we're getting close to normal end time.
Yeah, we're ending here.
Okay.
But yeah. So you guys wake up at I guess maybe
4
I was gonna say
a.m.
3 a.m. 4 a.m. Yeah, 3 a.m. Even if that, you probably I guess you wake up pretty early in the morning. 4 a.m. is when you woke up last day, and you now kind of see a clear day. You can see the area you're heading towards. You can see in the distance there's some boats by the docks here, and some people you can see people kind of it's hard to it's probably a little bit early, so it's still dark, so it's hard to tell too much more. But yeah, it seems to be that today will be a good day to enter Vetberg, albeit it's also decently clear that this is one of the more dangerous places in the region right now, or due to circumstances. And we'll end the session here. Who would like to start boom points?
There wasn't a whole lot happening this session, honestly, and we're missing 2 members. It might just be best to forsake boon points, because I can't personally think of anything notable we did this time.
Yeah, that and there's so few of us. It feels
I have 1 to give. Abaddon, do you have any ones to give?
I would give what's it called? Both you guys a boon point for a simple reason that the fact that I wanted to do it was pretty funny, but also basically the lore expose was kind of fucking sick.
Is that who's that applying towards?
Victorian, I suppose, but
Okay.
what's it called?
I mean that's something a little more
list.
specific than that, but I guess if you mean the whole thing about the dragon egg, how it works.
That's so fair. Actually, I think I do have. Never mind. I take that back. I think I have one to give for Titus actually inquiring about the lore.
It took me a
Who
second.
is it that?
Oh.
Who was it that rolled the check to find out about the egg?
That was me.
That was Titus, right?
Yeah.
That was Titus, okay. Because I greatly appreciate that, because that's just been kind of sitting there for a while, and I've just been like,
Gotta ask
I wonder
questions,
how
man.
long until someone inquires about this.
To be fair, I didn't know about it. I don't think you explained what your lizard looks like. It was just kind of who's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll give 1 to Victorian for basically using your ability to determine where dragons are, because I've always been, even though I improved the ability of it, it's also an ability that I can understand people not using very often, and also feeling because it feels like kind of somewhat circumstantial to use, but I'm happy you did it because it was a good time to use it. And I think it was a little hypey as well.
Yes. I did like the way that we went about that too. I was just like, Victoria doesn't really fully understand this. He's just vibing.
Yeah.